So first, I am discussing about how we are going to use an interrupt to toggle the status of an LED. So there are four external interrupts in Cortex M3, which are external interrupt 0, external interrupt 1, external interrupt 2, and external interrupt 3. So E stands for external, INT stands for interrupt. So external interrupt 0, it is connected to port 2, 10th pin. Similarly, external interrupt 1 is connected to 11th pin of port 2. Means all the external interrupt pins are with respect to port 2 only. So here external interrupt 2 is 12th pin of port 2. Similarly, 13th pin of port 2 is external interrupt 3. So all these interrupts will be operating in the normal GPIO mode itself. So in order to enable any of the external interrupts, if I want to use external interrupt 0, then I want to enable this. By default, it will be in the disable mode. It will be 0. If I'm giving 1 to that particular pin, then it will be enabled. Similarly, it will be with respect to the other interrupts as well. So this is the special function register, external interrupt. It is a 32-bit register which is used for enabling or disabling this particular external pins. So this is the bit status. So bit 0 is external interrupt 0. Bit 1 is external interrupt 1. Similarly, bit 2 and bit 3 are with respect to external interrupt 2 and 3. So suppose if I'm making this particular bit status as 1, if I'm making this particular bit status as 1, then external interrupt 0 will be enabled. By default, the value will be 0. So if I'm making this particular bit as 1, then external interrupt 1 will be enabled. So here, according to this program, what we are doing is we are using two different external interrupts, external interrupt 0 and external interrupt 1 I am using. So I need to make this particular bit as 1 and this particular bit as 1. Rest of all the values, this will be 0, this will be 0, and as I'm not using external interrupt 2 and 3, I'm making this particular bit as 0. Next, from bit 4 until bit 31, these are not used. This is used for used for some other operations in future. So it is reserved. It is not used with respect to this Cortex M3. So this, if I'm taking the hexadecimal conversion of this, only these two bits are 1. So 1 and 1, the value is 3. So if I'm giving the value as 3 to external interrupt, if I'm giving the value as 3 to the external interrupt register, then external interrupt 0 and external interrupt 1 will be enabled. So I'm using these two external interrupts. If I'm enabling this particular external interrupt, then the LED should be on. If I'm disabling this, then the LED should be off. This is the operation which I'm going to perform. So now enabling of the interrupts has been done. So now I need to see in which particular operation the interrupt is configured, whether it will be working as an edge triggered interrupt or a level triggered interrupt. If it is a level triggered interrupt, whether it will be working in a 0 level or higher level. Okay, and if it is an edge triggered, whether the interrupt will be invoked or enabled as an edge triggered interrupt, falling edge triggered, or a rising edge triggered interrupt. So in order to make the interrupts which are unable to work in these configurations, we have two more special function registers of 1 bit size. This special function register external interrupt is of 32 bit size. So this is of 32 bit size. So whereas this external mode is of 1 bit size and this external polar is also of 1 bit size. If this particular bit is equal to 1, it is nothing but whatever the interrupt that is enabled, it will be working in edge triggered operation. If it is equal to 0, it will be working as a level triggered. So if it is edge triggered, I need to specify whether it is a raising edge triggered or a falling edge triggered. So I'm using one more special function register, that is external polar. If this is equal to 1, then I can say that whichever the particular interrupt which has been enabled, that will be working as a falling edge triggered interrupt. This will be working as a raising edge triggered interrupt. So in our program, we are using external interrupt is equal to 3 to enable external interrupt 0 and external interrupt 1, and we are making to work that as an edge triggered. So this external mode will be equal to 1 If it is 1, then only it will be operating as an edge triggered interrupt. And this edge trigger will be falling edge trigger type. So external polar should also be equal to 1. Okay. So these are the different things. External interrupt equal to 3. Then edge triggered is external mode is equal to 1. External polar is equal to 1. So these are the 3 special function registers. So now see, this is the interfacing diagram where I'm using, I told you P2.10. P2.10 is external interrupt 0. P2.11 is external interrupt 1. So I'm using external interrupt 0 and I'm using external interrupt 1, which are connected to the switches. So if the switch is pressed, then the 1 will be sent to this particular pin. If I'm sending 1, in the sense the particular interrupt is enabled. If the switch is in the unpressed mode, it is nothing but 0 is by default the value will be 0. This port pin status will also be 0. It is nothing but the interrupt status is disabled. So if I want to enable an interrupt, then this particular switch should be pressed, which will make the P2.10 status as 1 and it will enable interrupt 0, external interrupt 0. Similarly, with respect to this, if I want to enable this particular external interrupt 1, then I'm going to press this particular switch and this interrupt will be enabled. So according to the program, what we are doing is, if this I'm having 2 LEDs here. One LED is connected to this particular interrupt switch status, and this LED is connected to this particular interrupt status. So here, if I'm pressing this button, it is nothing but if I'm giving 1 to this, then the interrupt 0 will be enabled. If interrupt 0 is enabled, whatever the LED which is connected to P2.0 should be on. It will be on. Okay. If I'm listen here properly, if I'm giving 1, means if the switch is pressed, then the interrupt 0 will be enabled. So the LED which is connected to P2.0 will be 1. Or else if switch is not pressed, then I'll be, if switch is not pressed, in the sense it will be 0. So P2.10 will be 0. So none of the interrupts is enabled. So this particular bit will be 0 and it will be in a LED will be in an offset. Similarly, with respect to this, if this interrupt is generated, this LED will glow. If this interrupt is not generated, the status of this LED can be 0. So how to make this particular interrupt status as 0 or 1? And by making this LED to glow and to be off. So first and foremost here, as I'm using port 2 lower part, whatever the things that I'm using, all the things are with respect to port 2, P2.0, P2.1, and the interrupt pins are P2.10 and P2.11. Everything is of lower part of port 2. So if I want to access lower part of port 2, I need to use pin select register 4. So 0 and 1 are used with respect to port 0. Pin select 2 and pin select 3 are used with respect to port 1. Pin select 4 and pin select 5 are used with respect to port 2. So in order to handle the lower part of port 2, I need to access pin select 4. So now I'm using this pin select 4 here. And I told you here, it will be operating in GPIO mode and the mode status, it should be 0, 1. So by making P2.10 and P2.11 as 0, 1, 0, 1 in pin select 4 status, the equivalent value I'm writing here, it will be 5. This 5 is where, so if this is the 10th pin and if this is the 11th pin, this should be 0, 1 and this should be 0, 1. So 0, 1, 0, 1 is nothing but 5. So this 5, I am loading it into pin select register 4 in order to enable, in order to make this 10th pin and 11th pin of port 2 to operate as an interrupts. So next, and I'm sending the value 1 or 0 to these LEDs through these ports to switch on and switch off. So these ports are acting as an output port here. So in case of GPIO, any of the registers, in order to make the particular port to work as an output port, the pin status will be 1. If it is acting as an input port, it will be 0. So what I'm doing is P2.0, I'm making it as 1, and P2.1, I'm making it as 1. Rest of all the things are 0. So the value is 3. So if I'm giving 3 as the value to set the direction of this port as an output, it will act as an output. So in order to set that, I'm using this FIO DIR register, that is fast input output direction with respect to port 2. So now the normal software interrupts, it will be having its own ISR routine, as this is the external hardware interrupt which I am generating here to switch on and switch off. I need to write my own ISR routine. So how to write the ISR routines? Here you have a function with respect to all the 4 different interrupts where you can use this particular function to write your own ISR. So here NVIC stands for non-vectored interrupt controller, enabling the interrupt request control with respect to external interrupt 0. So if it is with respect to, this function is with respect to the ISR routine of external interrupt 0. If I want to write it with respect to external interrupt 1, then it will be EXTINT1 with respect to external interrupt 1. Just I need to change this number, rest of all the things will be in the same manner. If I'm using 2 external interrupts, then I need to write 2 ISR routines here. And now how to make, by default, in whatever the pins that you are using in our lab, by default all the pin status will be 1. Means even directly if you connect the port pins to the LED, all the LEDs will be glowing. So how to make this particular LED to on and off is, by default I am taking the pin status as 1. I am XORing that particular pin with 0. So the value will be 1. Similarly, so this 1 is given to P2.0. So this makes the particular LED to be on. So now once the LED is on, if I press the switch once again, it should be off. So the pin status is 1. Again, I am XORing it with 1. So 1 XOR with 1 is, I am XORing this with 1 both the times. If the LED is on, the bit status is 0. If the LED is on, it is 1. If it is off, it will be 0. So 1 XOR 1 will be 0. And this is given to port 2.0. If I'm giving this as the input for port 2.0, this will make the particular thing LED to be off. So now we'll see the program now. So just I'll open the program.